Okay. Hello, welcome to not the second, sorry, the fourth video in my video series. And today I'll be adding file access and permissions. Without further ado, let's get into it. We log in as Ubuntu, as this is an Ubuntu server. And here I'm going to be logging into Webmaster, and we're doing this so we can continue adding user groups with the Webmaster user, okay? And I do need to first make a password, so not make a password, sorry, I need to first input password so I'm able to actually access the webmaster user, because remember we made a password so that everything's secure. Yep, so I wrote the password right, I'm pretty sure here. Yep, I did. Oh yeah, this was very strange. So what happened was, when I had put the password in, I had to, it said you were required to change your password immediately as my password expired, which was strange because in the lab, in a prior lab, I actually set up my password policy. I think that was the second lab, or yeah, I think that's the second lab. Yeah, it was. And so this was quite strange. I wasn't 100% sure why, but why it happened, but I did have to change my original webmaster password. So, oh yeah. So here I was creating a new password, but because I forgot about the password parameters I had set up prior, I had like a bunch of bad password error messages, and I wasn't able to proceed unless I changed it. So that was enforcement action. Or you could say that was an error message. Anyways, so yeah, I did then, however, make a password that actually adhered to my strict rules, and I had to retype the new password to confirm it. Okay, so here I'm typing in Sue Webmaster with my new password to, well, praying that no errors would come. And here I am now adding, so creating a new group called Video Staff, which I'll be adding users into. Okay, and oh yeah, here I had already created the group prior, but I had to take a screenshot for the demonstration. Yeah, there you go. So I did press that, and then soon after I did that, I realized that I'd already made the group, because I had errors before, so I did do the lab again for demonstration, but this was already saved, so yeah. Okay, yeah, so I had to now create three new users in just, yep, for now. For now, actually, I just add three. And I did that by using the usual command, which is just creating new user. And I chose the names. So yeah, my first user was Ryden. Also, she was Ryden me. And I only wrote Ryden because you have to put the full name in later. So first I did the sudo su so I could have root access and start doing this. I wrote a full name, which is actually Ryden May. So as you can see here, I'm writing the full name of my user. And just gonna keep pressing enter because the only information you want is the full name. Sorry, and I press Y. Okay, now I'm creating my second user, who's called Callan. If you know the reference, that's quite good. That's quite commendable. Yeah, I'm adding my second user here. I add my new user Callan's password after I've created the user. I need to always make the password, and then press Y to save all the info. And here I'm creating my third and final user named Yai. Okay. Sorry, as you can see, I did run into some errors as I firstly wrote Yai with a capital. Yeah, you can see I've highlighted it here. So I wrote I don't know if you can see my mouse. Wait a second. Actually, it's fine, I don't. Okay, so yep, I capitalized it wrong, and as I said in my first lab, this is case and space sensitive, so that didn't work, and it was really bad because I kept putting different names in, and it didn't ever work, and I was confused as to why it wasn't working. Alas, I finally got it to work, and I just continued doing the same thing I did for the other people. Okay, the next bit that I did was I did the command, the tail command, tail etc password. And as you can see, I did the command wrong. As like as you can probably see, I've done that quite a few times. I make space and capitalization errors. And this actual command, what it does is it displays the most previous 10 lines of code / history from the server, so you can see all of my users there that I had created, but before, obviously, when it wasn't working, it didn't do anything. So yep. Okay, now here I use the mkdir command to create a new directory, but again, another error. I made a silly typo again. Yep, I'm in error with the spacing, as I had to put a space after the -p, but I didn't know, so that was a fault on my part. And then I do the lsal command just to verify the fact that I did actually make a directory, and just to forward verification. And as you can see from the bottom screenshot, it has indeed been created. Okay, so here we wanted to make Ubuntu able to do the root user command and be able to remove and add things. But it wasn't possible as we created the VDS staff shared directory that we created prior. It was established as the root user. And so to make the Ubuntu also able to do that, we did the command as shown above. Yeah, and again I came with another error. I just spelled it wrong. So yep. And then again I do the ls command to verify the fact that Ubuntu is actually here now, and the command actually did work. And yep, as you can see, it is. It says Ubuntu root. Okay, here I use the chmod 750 command, and I did this to make sure that the permissions of the file only allowed file owners to have the read and write execute permissions. And the users who belonged in the file execution group, yep, they didn't have any permissions. I also used the grep command to confirm the group was actually created. So you can use ls, and the grep command in this situation works. Oh yeah, here I did change the group owner of the VDS staff shared file to the group VDS staff. And I firstly added my first 2 users to my group, so that was Ryan and Callan. And then I'm just verifying here using grep that I did in fact add users into the group. And then I created a test file just to test these permissions, and I used the command echo file read OK, and I just listed the directories in the ls command, so you can see that. Yes, after that I logged into one of the users who belonged in the group Raiden, using the command touch, which I didn't actually know existed. I then confirmed, using the touch command, I confirmed that the user could not create an empty file using the cat command. And then I did the same thing for the other users.